Hello and welcome to High Vibe Astrology. This is Jennifer, back with a video on the Capricorn new moon, drawn up for January 11, 2024 at 6:57 a.m. Eastern Time. This is another signature of an ending and beginning with its conjunction to Pluto, and Pluto in its full bloom of Capricorn, and in another 10 days getting ready to enter Aquarius. So Pluto is ending its long journey through Capricorn, while the new moon ushers in a new cycle. For those of you who are new to my channel, I just want to mention that I do astrology analysis based upon my location because I do value the microcosm to macrocosm connection. As I share my views on what this chart means, I just invite you to take what resonates and leave the rest behind. So, with a Pluto conjunction of this Capricorn new moon in the first house, this signifies a very powerful presence regarding a brand new identity. The first house is identity, behavior, and action. So, this is an opportunity for us to really come into our own true power, represented by Pluto, while we let go of everything that no longer serves our true essence and purpose and our own mastery. With a new moon in Capricorn, we are letting go of the restrictions previously put upon or that we may have felt by Saturn's rings, the boundaries that, because Saturn rules Capricorn, and Saturn always shows up in limitation first because it's inviting us to look within. The boundaries and the restrictions that by their pressure of that external authority forces us to concentrate our energy and to look within for the answers instead of relying on external authorities and institutions, corporations, for answers to who we are and what our true power is. And with Pluto being at 29 degrees of Capricorn in the full bloom of Capricorn and ending this energy right before it moves into Aquarius on January 21st, it is finishing up, it's culminating and bringing to full bloom all the Capricorn energies. So we are ending the low vibe of Capricorn, and there is a prominent T-square to the south and north node. So this is, again, really bringing up the tension that reveals to us where we are at war within ourselves. The South Node in Libra is past conditioning around wanting things, just wanting to keep things copacetic, even keel. Don't upset the apple cart. The low vibe of Libra is overly concerned with appearances. The scales don't go below the surface. They stay right on top of the surface of things, and they want to keep things looking good, even if they don't particularly feel good. So the following sign, Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, is about going deeper than superficial levels to get to the real core of what is causing tension and inner conflict based upon us not stepping into our true and authentic nature and connecting with our true divine essence and power. So Pluto is always about power struggles that reveal themselves in our outer world, in relationships outside of us, but they are merely projected. They're projections of where we are not feeling congruent and feeling harmonious between who we truly are in our innermost being and how we are expressing that essence in our outer world. That's what is asking to come into balance. So with a North Node in Aries conjunct Chiron in Aries, we're being asked to be true to ourselves first, to find out what it is that we have not been giving voice to, conscious expression to, and to find a new path that brings the inner and outer person into harmony so that we can really master our own skill set and become the CEO of our own life. That's the high vibe of Capricorn. This is also emphasized by the powerful trine between Pluto at 29 degrees 41 minutes with Sedna at 29 degrees 33 minutes. And I did a whole video series on Pluto and Sedna, its relationship to Scorpio, and its relationship to healing the shadows so that we can ascend with grace. So I hope that you will tune into that if you have not yet. But with Sedna being in the fifth house, ruled by Leo and the Sun, another fire house. The first house is an Aries house, and it's fire, and it's all about the identity. The fifth house is about our creative self-will, our creative expression. And with Sedna being there in a very powerful trine to Pluto, again, this is asking us to really consider the hidden potential we have not yet cultivated. Because just as there is a dark side of the shadow, which for the most part we're seeing play out on the world stage and in the collective arena, but there are also positive hidden nuggets of gold that our own individual shadow is waiting to give to us. It may be a diamond in the rough. It may be gold that's hidden within a whole bunch of gunk that's around it, and we have to sift through that. But when we take the time to do that, this trine between Pluto and Sedna in this chart impacts the first house of identity and the fifth house of the inner child, the spontaneous side of us that doesn't feel the need to censor who we are and what we say based upon what others may think. That's the South Node in Libra. It's time to embrace our joy and to remember that, as I mentioned in that video series on Pluto and Sedna, with Leo rising in both charts for Pluto's discovery and Sedna's discovery, that Leo rising is reminding us to once again embrace life through the eyes of a child, heart of a child, the innocence, the play, and be able to take life as it comes on a moment-to-moment basis and to trust that the universe really wants to bring us joy, and that anything and everything that arises in our lives is ultimately for that purpose and that purpose alone. The collective shadow will heal when we do our part and heal our own inner shadow, all the parts that have been abandoned, that have felt abandoned, whether it's, our childhood dreams or things that we used to love to do, but were educated out of us or told, no, that's wrong, that's inappropriate, you can't do that, you can't feel that, you won't make money doing that, you won't be happy doing that, etc. All of those things we need to reflect upon and sift through and really drop down into the heart and do what is best for us. Because when we do that, we provide that opportunity to every single other person who is connected to us through this ocean of consciousness. We don't teach through our words so much as we teach by example through our being and what we do with our lives and how we express who we are. The other important aspect that I wanted to talk about is Mars at 5 degrees of Capricorn, which is the ruler of that Aries North Node. Mars is making a trine to Jupiter at 5 degrees of Taurus. When Mars and Jupiter are combined, this is magnifying and expanding upon the Mars energy. Now, since Mars is the ruler of the North Node, we're looking at this through the positive lens, because North Node is our destiny and purpose. It's where we are heading for greater fulfillment. So with Mars making that trine to Jupiter, we are really supported 100, 200% by the universe to make whatever changes we need to make. And with Mars in that 12th house, a psychic house, we're learning to tune in to our inner voice for guidance. And with Mars in a harmonious aspect to Saturn, the ruler of this Capricorn new moon, and Saturn in a harmonious aspect to Jupiter, this trilogy of Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter really speaks loud and clear to the fact that the universe is supporting us to become courageous, to honor every single experience we've had. And, with Mars in the 12th house, this is reflecting upon when we retreat into nature or into our own sacred space, wherever that is for you, to really reflect upon your life, all of your experiences. What would you like to keep with you on your journey moving forward? And what baggage do you really want to let go of? Make that clear, make that determination, and Pluto conjunct the Capricorn new moon is going to help you let what is dead truly die. It no longer needs to affect you and your journey moving forward. Saturn in the second house is helping you bring structure to a new set of values. Saturn is in Pisces, which agrees with Mars's location because Pisces rules the house that Mars is occupying in this chart. And Jupiter is mutually receptive to the second house because it occupies the sign of Taurus. And Taurus's natural domain is the second house. The second house is our value system, our personal resources, and our self-worth and self-esteem. Environment, our economy, our financial resources, but mostly our personal worth. So Jupiter, Saturn, and Mars are all working in harmony to support our journey in determining, really sifting through the weeds and getting rid of any and all baggage that no longer feeds and nourishes our heart center, so that we can bring into full bloom what it is we really want to experience in our life moving forward. So, those are the main points that I wanted to make about this Capricorn new moon. Please stay tuned for the affirmations and frequencies, and I will see you soon. Thanks again for tuning in. Sun, new moon, and Saturn for the Capricorn new moon. As I let go of people-pleasing tendencies and listen to my own inner voice, I step up to a new level of my own mastery. Sun, new moon, and Pluto for the conjunction. As I embrace my authentic power and passion, I discover new ways to serve the greater good that brings me much greater personal fulfillment. Sun, new moon, and Uranus for the trine. When I accept the unexpected developments that inevitably arise, I allow the universe to deliver happy surprises and miracles of abundance. Mars, Venus, and the new moon for the T-square to the nodes. The past has no place in my life anymore. As I follow the still small voice within, I replace all fear with renewed inspiration. Mars, Venus, and Sun for the T-square to the nodes. Every step I take dissolves more of my past and creates greater joy and fulfillment to build upon. Venus, Chiron, and Mars for the trine to the Aries North Node. The universe totally supports my desire to be bold and courageous, to follow my own path to leadership that serves to inspire those around me. Mercury and Neptune for the square. When I realize that confusion only arises when I listen to those who do not truly know me and cannot know what is best for me, all of my choices become very clear. Mars, Saturn, and Jupiter for the sextile and trine. Personal courage and mastery expand in miraculous ways when I listen to my own heart and follow that guidance without hesitation.